Hey guys, so what's up? Welcome to another episode of the Spray 101 stencil tutorial. So I'm just going to go over a couple things with you guys right now, and that way make it kind of easy for everybody just to see what's going on and all that fun stuff. So basically what I'm going to do today is a throwback to Manny Pacquiao, boxer. He's got a big fight coming up on the 8th. A couple friends of mine asked me to go ahead and do a couple shirts for them. And so that's what I did. I wanted by doing that. So what I'm doing now is I'm getting ready to apply some spray adhesive to the shirt, and gonna kind of clean off the nozzle and all that fun stuff. So that's what I'm doing now. Now I'm sticking the stencil sheet up there. Now the big thing about the stencils is just want to make sure that everything is done correctly. You know, stencil placement's fine. Nothing special. It took me about 30 minutes to cut this out. Just want to make sure everything's good. I always use a roller, as you can see right there on the screen. I'm using a roller right now to kind of flatten everything out, make it look good. The biggest thing when you're doing with the rollers, you don't want to press too hard down on the stencil, especially with the adhesive. It'll really bond to the t-shirt. So when you go to take the shirt off, it's pretty much going to be a bitch, and you're going to have a lot of problems. The stencil's going to tear. It happened to me a couple of times with this. Basically, just trying to take it off, end tears. It's really going to mess it up. It's going to make it a lot harder for you to achieve what you want. There might be loose ends, but that roller is there basically to achieve, you know, what it is that you need to do. Flatten the stencil on the shirt. Number two is when you're spraying, to go ahead and make sure you do a thorough job of spraying. Obviously, you don't want to pull the stencil off, and there will be blotches of paint coming up off of the shirt. In other words, it's not going to. You want it to look opaque, a solid color. Makes it really good, especially when you're patching the stencil up. So what I'm going to do now here in a second is I'm going to go ahead and remove the stencil. So you want to be careful how you do this, especially in intricate stencils, because there's all these minute details, all these little areas and crevices that have these holders. Now, since I cut this out of plastic, it's a little bit easier for me to cut off. There's certain areas that I peel on purpose so that when I go to pull it up at a certain angle or position, I could do that for, let's say, 150 shirts if I wanted to. So it's going to be completely up to you how you cut your stencil and how you make the sucker. So peel it off carefully. You're going to tear it up and have to start over. So next here, I am going to start patching up the stencil. I'm doing that by filling in the ends. What you want to start is on your start and end points of the patch or the cuts of the stencil. You want to hit thick, and then you can go skinnier in the middle. But overall, whenever you're patching, you want to make sure you do a thorough job so it looks like it's never been hit. And that's the trick when people look at the shirt. You leave them guessing. So what we're doing now is we're going to go ahead and have the 2012 on the shirt, and real simple stuff. Once again, font off of Photoshop. I did not make this font up myself. You can pick this up from dooooope.com. Yes, I'm throwing them props. Peel it off, and voila, there's your stencil 2012. You can do this with a lot of fonts, just a little bit of Photoshop magic and all that fun stuff. So now what I've done is I have taken a water bottle, I've reduced it with black paint, and reduced it to the point to where it splatters properly onto the shirt. You kind of want to do this because, you know, it's going to, you know, with the drip effects and everything like that, the water's going to lay in there light enough to where you'll achieve what you really want. The splatter technique looks a lot better than if you use straight Createx or whatever airbrush paint that you're using on there. So next we're going to do the glitter applique. Real simple. I just wanted a dripping effect on there to make it look pretty rock and roll. So, you know, you could do that. Experiment. Try different things when you're doing your t-shirt. You know, don't just stick with what you see that I'm showing you here. You know, as a designer, you want to push the envelope so when people see something, they've seen something they've never seen before. So you want to make it rock and roll. You don't want to toy around and do average stuff that people have seen on every shirt. Do something that a printer necessarily can't do or doesn't have the time to do. So the rest is I'm taking a hairdryer to the glitter now, and I had other parts of the shirt that were glittered also, and you can use foil and all these different things to achieve things, but hairdryer speeds the process up. Glitter usually takes about an hour and a half to dry, with the hairdryer about 10 minutes. So what you're going to see here is, and I'll show this in a moment, is the white shirt, and then here's the red shirt that I did. It's a pre-bleach treatment, and pretty much what you're seeing is gold foil, glitter, bleached to a nice bright red, and voila, there you go. There's the Pac-Man shirts. And I tell you what, guys, I'm going to be giving three of these away on YouTube. Tell me why you want it. Get us some likes. Subscribe to us. Help promote us a little bit. The person that shows the most love towards us, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys one of these Manny shirts. Peace out. SprayTees.com. Check us out. Awesome airbrush. See ya.